validation. In my channel, we speak about ways we can truly learn to value ourselves, love ourselves, and be exceptional in our own skin. Yeah? Being self-validated. There's nothing more beautiful than that. I'm going to be speaking about writing, something that I've spoken about before in another video. Writing, journaling your progress so that you can come out from that negative space to a positive space. So some of the benefits I would say at the top of my head that help when you journal your thoughts, or you journal your journey, or you journal your progress, or whatever it is that you're doing, is that first of all, it helps build clarity in your brain. The minute you sit down and start to write, it becomes very clear, because at that point you're so self-aware and self-connected. You're able to just, go down and jot down whatever it is that is flowing inside you. But as clarity comes, I want you to remember that we are not going to be writing negative thoughts or negative ideas or negative feelings, or, oh, this made me feel this way and it's a bad thing. The clarity we're talking about is the clarity of where are you right now? But most importantly, where do you want to go? And that is what we write, where we are headed, right? Number two, it also helps us to connect with our inner selves. You're able to dig into yourself because once you sit down with that pen, do you know how lazy it feels to just pick your book and go sit down and write? But the minute you start that journey, you're giving yourself a chance to connect with your inner thoughts, connect with your inner self, because you're not going to just write anything. You're going to write how it feels, and as you write, the emotions keep flowing. Most people, maybe from the younger generation, would not know about writing letters, but if you've written letters, you know how you pour yourself in that letter. You tell this person that you're writing this letter everything that it is that you want them to know. If it's a love letter or it's a office letter, whatever it is, you pour it out on that letter, right? So as you are writing, you're just connecting with yourself and writing what you feel. So that is what writing down brings. It brings clarity. It brings a very strong connection with your inner self. It also provides an avenue for self-reflection. I mean, these are all connected, as you're connecting with your inner self, you're now able to reflect more. You're able to sit down and feel, oh no, I can't write that because it feels terrible. And if it feels terrible, do not write it. Stop your brain immediately and go back to your happy place and keep writing. Because what we want to be writing is the good things that your life is unfolding into becoming. The good things that, the daydream that we talked about yesterday, the daydream that you're dreaming about. What is it? How does it look like? Write it down. And with that self-reflection, you're able to know yourself even more. You're able to understand what is it that I don't want anymore as part of my journey. The other number 4 that I realized that has also helped in my journaling is that I'm able to track my progress, because what I used to write 1 year ago is not the same things that I write now. You're able to understand, how am I growing? How am I growing in staying in my positivity most of the time? How am I growing in my creation? Because as you self-reflect and connect with your inner self and just sit in that space, you're able to also become very creative. And as you're becoming creative, you want to know where you started. Some of the things, some of the ideas that you came up with in the past, how did they pan out? How did they overflow? What hindered you along the way from manifesting to the fullness of it, So tracking progress is also another thing. And the number last, which is always my number 1 when I start writing, it's that it enables me to keep my gratitude so grounded. It enables you to become very thankful. And when you're thankful, when gratitude becomes part of your day, nothing can stop you, because that's where the joy starts. That's where the overflow starts. And when the overflow starts, it's all the way downhill. So I have mentioned the 5 reasons I feel are beneficial for journaling. Let's go back to it. We say it provides clarity, it helps connect with the inner self, it facilitates self-reflection, and it helps to track progress and be able to give gratitude without fail. So let me go back and just try to explain in a nutshell what you need to do to get into that really, really happy space. When you start to write, why don't you start with the gratitude? When you start giving gratitude for the tiniest things, then it starts to overflow. And as it overflows, let the daydream of who you are, scrap that, of who you want to be, overflow in you. And as you're writing, I want you to train yourself writing in the present. You see, that daydream that we have for the future, let's write it in the present. For example, if in my situation, I'm thinking about how maybe my life is a little bit like this, in a messy way, but I really, really, really want to change it in a different way. So for example, I can go ahead and write in my book, okay, I am thankful for life. I am thankful for my kids. I am thankful for giving them life. I am thankful for enabling them to go to a good school. I am thankful because when my kids come home, they are able to give me an amazing understanding of what the teachers taught them. I am happy because my kids understand and perform exceptionally well. I am happy because my job is amazing. I connect with all my team members. We are able to work harmoniously. I love my job because it gives me all the freedom that I need. I am able to take off whenever I can. And you write whatever it is that you desire is, but you write it in the present. And when you start to write, let it overflow. But most importantly, the one thing that I want you to concentrate on is your emotion. How does it feel when you write it? Until you feel that grateful, overflowing joy in your heart, don't write. Stay in that place where you're just giving gratitude, and just keep giving gratitude. And even if it means just writing your gratitude, write them down. If you don't feel safe enough yet to write the future, because we have the fear of, what if I write it and it never happens? The fear of being broken because I believed this but it didn't happen. Then don't write it. We don't want you to write it in that space, because that emotional state that you're in at that point of writing, that is what manifests. So even if you write this amazing story about how your life is unfolding, but deep down you're feeling terrible and you're in a terrible state, how about just sitting in the gratitude space? And when you start writing and it flows and you get to a point where a negative thought comes and you're about to write it, stop. And just go back into your head and keep the gratitude coming. And as you do that, keep that practice every day, every single day, no matter how busy you are. Say to yourself, today I'm going to love myself enough to just love me in my book. I'm just going to journal down how much I love myself. I don't care what my boss says. I don't care who what says. But I'm going to take these 5 minutes to write down my love story to myself, my love life. When I speak about my love life, I mean the kind of life you would absolutely love to have. And when I do this, sometimes I try to also not revolve around other people giving me this joy, but just what is happening in my life that is absolutely amazing. And if you keep this practice up, try 7 days. If you've never journaled before and you feel like life is still it's getting worse every day, how about trying something different? What does it hurt? A book, go to a Dollar Tree, a journal book. You can get a really nice tiny journal book. I wish I had mine. And $1.25. Write down your thoughts, write down your emotions, and keep track of your emotions being to the positive. And this is not me saying that having negative emotions is absolutely not allowed. It is, because that's where the contrast comes, and this contrast helps us know what we don't want, But let's focus more on, when we have that negative thought, let's focus on, first of all, understanding where is it coming from? Why am I feeling what I'm feeling? But don't dwell too much on that. Then shift to, how would I feel? How would I want it to feel? Then let's work on writing that down and let's see how that pans out. Please remember to like, subscribe, and keep watching, because tomorrow I'm coming up with something else that you can keep doing to make your life more amazing, more amusing, more creative, more colorful. You know, when you start seeing colors and you're singing all the time and you're humming and you're dancing and you don't know where it's coming from, but because you're just happy and at peace, you know? Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Subscribe. Bye-bye.